Guys, I'm going to tell you something that the media ain't going to tell you. I know some shit that nobody knows. Okay? This right here, initially, I saw the 9, and I thought it was like Insane Gangster Disciples or Imperial Gangsters, but this is the 9 Trey Bloods. And you see the phrase, most hated. Now, I want you to look at the tabs that I have open. Because I'm not going to go to these tabs, but you'll notice I got 4chan open. I got the Securus app open. And I've made a couple of phone calls, right? So between 4chan and between the inmates that I talk to and the people I know that live in Louisiana, I've pieced together exactly what happened. This is the 9 Trey Bloods. This is a blood set in Louisiana. And then they have a couple of other blood sets that are kind of mixed in with them. But this involves the 9 Trey Bloods. And this is gang related. I was right. I was just wrong about what gang it was. You guys can watch. I did a whole stream on this. But I just want to let you guys know this is what the media is not reporting. The media is not telling you that this escape was gang related. The people that escaped are, most of them at least, are gang affiliated. And I don't know why the media is not covering that, but that's what's happening. And I just want to let you guys know that. The truth of the matter is, like I said on my stream, these officers are underworked and understaffed, and there's also a culture of nepotism in the higher ranks where it's like a family business where his dad did it and his dad did it, and these people just want to sit in their offices all day and soak up taxpayer money. And then the lower ranking guards, if they try to report that something is wrong to the higher ranking guards, the higher ranking guards feel like it creates more work for them. So it's a culture of incompetence, and I blame the higher ranking guards for this. I don't blame the lower ranking ones for it at all, because the lower ranking ones, there's a culture where they can't even criticize, like, hey, this cell should be shut down, this whole dorm should be shut down. If they try to go to their superiors and say that, there's a culture of, why are you creating more work for me? That's the culture, right? And we see it in a lot of law enforcement where the higher ranking law enforcement doesn't want extra work. They don't want more paperwork. They just want to sit around doing nothing all day. And so they put pressure on the lower ranking guards to just do nothing, right? And so it really is the higher ranking guards that are to blame for these things, because they're supposed to do inspections and they're supposed to be running these prisons properly. And it's also the politicians that can be blamed for this too, because you got a whole dorm full of inmates that didn't run even though they had the opportunity to. And so you're overcrowding these facilities with people that are really not that dangerous. And now this is going to cost the public, because your most dangerous people for the most part are the people that took advantage of this vulnerability. The people that weren't that dangerous, there's no way they're going to run, because they're going to go home soon anyway, right? And so the public is now going to, probably people are going to be victimized, because these people are desperate now and they're going to do anything they can to get away, and they need resources to keep the game going. And in order to really get away, to put more distance between them and the cops, they need resources. And how are they going to get those? It's not like they're going to get a job. They're escaped inmates. So they're going to have to burglarize some shit. They're going to have to do some crimes in order to get further away, to put distance between them and the cops. People are going to get victimized. People are going to get hurt because of the ineptitude of the state prison system in Louisiana. It's very similar in Florida. I don't think in Florida, they're less likely to have inmates escape in Florida. Florida's a little better in terms of like how it's run. There's more fences, there's more perimeter patrols, more stuff like that. But this is just a window into, this is a sign of things to come. We're going to see more prison escapes. And that's why I hope you guys are, keeping up to date with my channel, because I'm going to give you the tactics on how to deal with criminals. A lot of these gray man theory preppers and shit, they're not going to tell you the right information. And criminals are going to target what they think are easy targets. Everybody that's preaching this gray man stuff is in for a rude awakening once you're dealing with escaped inmates. Yeah, that gray man shit's not going to get you anywhere, right? And so make sure to stay up to date with the things that are going on. And I'm going to be producing more videos on how to deal with these people. Again, I used to live with these people. I'm a former inmate myself. Just something to be aware of. And, you know, these things are going to continue to happen. This is not going to stop happening because these facilities are just overcrowded and understaffed, and maintenance is not properly being done. Nothing about these facilities is being done right. And it's affected the inmates so far. It hasn't really affected the public, but that's about to change. Prepare for unforeseen consequences. That's the message I have for everybody tonight. Because these are consequences that I know very well, and they haven't affected the general public yet. But the monster is starting to get out of the cage. The cage is falling apart, and the monsters are going to come out of the cages. Jordan Jareb, signing off.